After 2 weeks of shaking, Lynn Macholm's nerves have finally settled down. She is once again living peacefully in her own home.
Now I know that my house is not falling down or going to blow up, and that they found out what was causing it.
City engineers and inspectors say the source of Lynn's bad vibrations lies 2,000 feet in this direction. The company is called Grantech. It just started up its operations 2 weeks ago. The plant is the first of its kind in the country and converts paper sludge from Fort Howard into agricultural products. To do that, Grantech uses 2 large vibrating dryers. The vibrations are supposed to be stopped by another large piece of equipment that has not been working properly.
I don't think the vibration has been severe enough to cause any type of damage. Certainly, if it was causing any damage, it would cause it in our facility. We are not seeing any at all, and I think it's been more of an aggravation or, an inconvenience than anything else.
Don J. called back home after our story aired last Friday night and apologized for the problems. He has offered to take her on a tour through the plant. He says there is no reason for concern and has promised to have the problem corrected by the end of this week.
There was no damage to the apartment. My mind? A different story.
Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Green Bay. For the most part, being a youngster is a lot of fun, but police say parents must have a serious discussion with their children about the dangers of strangers and being abducted.
To tell your children to simply stay away from strangers, if they are confronted by a stranger, to get away from the situation as soon as possible, to run away, and if they are physically touched or assaulted in any manner, to yell, to scream, and to run away.
Cohen says children should never walk alone, especially at night, but if they do, they should stay in well-lit, high-visibility areas. Jackie Scott is the mother of 3 children. She says she's taught them what to do if a stranger does approach them.
I have told them not to hold back anything, just to do whatever they felt they had to do to break away.
There is help for parents who want to help teach their children how to avoid dangerous situations. Many local libraries offer videos that parents can check out and watch with their children at home.
What do you say?
No, my parents said never to go with strangers.
Attaboy, you just keep moving. You just keep going where you're going, all right?
Cohen says there are only about a handful of abduction attempts in the city each year.
Therefore, we don't want to instill paranoia in both the parents and the children. We want them to develop a realistic attitude towards situations like this.
Police say a stranger is just that, and children should stay away. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Appleton.
But did you know you're supposed to brush your dog's teeth too? Well, Jeff Forrest reports twice a week will do.
Yeah. Terry Rohde likes her 4-year-old dog, Buster, but every once in a while his breath is, well, so she's been brushing his chomper since he was a puppy.
Does he enjoy it, do you think? Or?
I don't think he enjoys it, no, but he doesn't put up too much of a fight.
Now, when you attempt to brush your dog's teeth, you can use a toothbrush just like you use, but you can't use your own toothpaste. You have to use a special doggy toothpaste. It doesn't foam up in their mouth, and it's not harmful if they swallow it. Ready, Buster? Veterinarians recommend that you pamper your pooch's teeth and gums twice a week to prevent plaque and tartar buildup.
And we can just rub the outside. That's okay, Buster. Brush it off. That's okay. It's a little reluctant here, but not too bad.
Dogs don't get as many cavities as people, but they can get gum disease. There's also a special doggy mouthwash to kill bacteria.
Maybe on the days that you're not brushing your dog's teeth, you may want to use the mouthwash. And, come here, Buster, buddy. That's okay. Pick up his teeth and just give him a squirt.
So take a minute to brush up on canine dental hygiene. Clean teeth and healthy gums may seem like a doggone joke, but the results will be a welcomed breath of fresh air. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Green Bay. There are more than 450 hotel rooms in the city, and Wright says this tax could create another $125,000 that would be used in the city's general fund. But innkeepers fear that this tax would raise a person's weekly hotel bill by $20, and that could prompt some tourists to stay elsewhere.
And I always have the fear that with that, when you're taxing on more money, that they aren't going to stay at your place. Not when they can go a quarter mile up the road and not have to pay it.
Innkeepers say they are also concerned that the proposal does not specifically earmark room tax money for the use of tourism promotion. Caught somewhere in the middle of the argument are the city's 8,000-plus residents.
If there is a room tax in Sturgeon Bay, we might lose some of the people coming into town, and that might offset the gains that we might see as far as property tax relief.
If the room tax proposal is approved, it cannot be changed by the City Council for at least 2 years. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Sturgeon Bay.
State football fever reached epidemic proportions in Door County today, obviously. In tonight's Forrest File, Jeff tells us people in the Brussels area were actually flying high in support of their Southern Door Eagles.
From rural Door County farm fields to downtown Brussels, the Southern Door Eagles football team was on everyone's mind. Carol and Dave Palsy were heading to Madison when we stopped them.
Well, we had about 3 hours sleep last night, and it's been just a dream come true. It's exciting.
This was Southern Door's first trip to state. Folks around Brussels say this may be the biggest day in the school's history.
Ever remember any excitement that's even similar to this at Southern Door High School?
Nothing. And I went to high school there, nothing. People are just crazy there.
Southern Door High School sold more than 900 tickets for today's game down in Madison, and just to make sure those loyal Eagle fans didn't get lost on their way down, David and Susan Delphos put this sign outside their farm.
Why, even the Brussels hairstyling shop was caught up in the excitement. Today, everyone in Brussels was a football fan.
I don't go to football games, and I'm not a very big football fan otherwise.
Are you a big football fan today?
Today, yes.
Early this morning, there was a lineup in front of the Brussels Bank. Folks needing money for Madison.
Everybody cashing checks to go to the state.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Winning high school sports teams seem to have a way of pulling small communities closer together. And that's just what the Southern Door Eagles have done. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Brussels.
I understand the football.
Those with the will to overcome. As our special assignment continues, Jeff Forrest tells us the story of a wheelchair-bound woman with a desire to help others just like her.
32-year-old Diane Fredon cannot walk or talk, but that didn't stop her from graduating from high school, and she's not about to let it stop her from going to college.
I would like to be a social worker and to help other disabled people, because I see so many people that are just giving up that they shouldn't.
Diane visits the CP Center several times a week to learn more about her computer that talks. With the help of Janie Dennis, Diane is learning how to say new words with her touch talker.
By pressing 1 to 3 symbols in any sequence, Diane can retrieve up to 2,000 words from the computer's memory. The computer cost about $4,000 when she got it 2 years ago. It's opened up a whole new life for Diane. In fact, it's let her express her personality. When I asked her if I could sit by her to do this, she said,
"Do you bite?"
I wouldn't bite.
Diane might not be where she is today had she not met 74-year-old Milo Larscheid 16 years ago. The two hit it off and have been friends ever since. Milo fought hard to get Diane an expensive motorized wheelchair, another step toward her independence. Milo never had any children of his own, but says he feels like Diane is his own daughter.
She's just a great dear person to be with. And she knows a lot of things, and actually she has taught me how to play chess. I never even knew how to play chess before. And she plays checkers, plays cards. She can do anything like that. It's amazing.
And how does Diane describe herself?
I am a very outgoing person, and I don't let anything stand in my way.
Diane Fredon is a perfect example of the will to overcome cerebral palsy. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Salloway.
Tells us CP therapy is expensive, but the rewards are often priceless.
2.5-year-old Greg Dufek is one of about 80 children who attend therapy sessions at the CP Center each week. Each hour-long session costs $65. That's often more than $3,000 a year. Greg uses a $100 therapy ball to work on balance and his lower trunk muscles. Greg is able to walk thanks in part to a $1,500 pair of braces called AFOs, which must be replaced each year. And he gains strength by using this $120 reverse walker.
If he didn't have the AFOs on his feet would not be in a position that would allow functional stepping or walking.
No matter how hard you work with it?
Most likely not. His ankles would be, turning in. His feet just wouldn't be in a position that he could support. And without the walker there to give him a little bit more balance and strength, he wouldn't be able to move up into that.
Even a little toy pig like this can be a very valuable therapy aid for a small child with CP, but many are not able to turn on the switch, and that requires a switch plate like this. But this can raise the price of a toy from $10 to $100.
It's not just in play, but it also teaches them they have some cause and effect on their environment. We can place those in different positions to facilitate arm movement and strength and reach.
Therapy is essential if these children are to lead independent lives, but the center will not turn anyone away because of inability to pay. Last year, $67,000 was given in scholarships to help youngsters whose parents could not afford to pay. That money was raised during the annual local CP telethon. The telethon money also helps pay salaries, buy therapy equipment, and fund programs for youngsters and adults. There are many faces at the CP Center, but you don't see despair or hopelessness, rather expressions of joy and happiness and the will to overcome. Jeff Forrest, Action 2 News, Alloway.